Yeah, it's 1:30.
Nice, dude.
Alright. Just turn the, hold on. Cool, just making sure that's going. So we haven't done a podcast in a while because we've been, like, moving and stuff like that. Just living on the road in a car. Just trying to stack some bread up. But, we moved, and this area that we moved to is really fucking scary. There's vampires here. And when we're talking about vampires, these are guys with, like, the motorcycles, like, they're wearing from head to toe is completely covered up, like a black visor, and they have this underglow light.
Or some kind of lights. It's got to be, like, either a crotch rocket. It can't be a chopper. So
yeah, it can't be a chopper. Those are vampire hunters.
And dirt bikes can maybe
the dirt bikes with the underglow we've seen.
We've seen it with the underglow.
I've
seen vampires on the dirt bikes, but it just can't be choppers. And they wear jackets, fucking gloves, full pants and shit
In the heat.
Yeah, it's like, I know that, like, the wind is going, they get cold.
But we saw this guy wearing a thermal.
Like, there's no way they're getting that fucking cold. The sun is still beating on you directly. You know, the car separates the layer of death.
It was 83 degrees the other day, and we saw this guy wearing a thermal. Like, he took his jacket off, was still wearing a hot-ass thermal, kept his fucking hood or his helmet and visor on. It's all black. That is a vampire.
Yeah, dude. They covered themselves up from the sun.
Oh, my God.
And driving on that motorcycle is the closest to, like, flying like a bat.
Dude, and that's what they do. They fly as fast as bats. And fucking, there was the scariest thing, too. When we saw what looked like a gang of them, which it was a red Jeep, murdered out black windows, and it had red underglow.
Yeah, dude.
And that was like, oh my God, there's like one vampire and like 10 familiars in there.
Yeah.
They're all just crammed in there. It's crazy looking, dude.
And, you know, before you go and say, oh, that's cool. No, it's gay.
Yeah, it's not cool at all.
These are not cool vampires.
No, these are glampires.
Yeah, these are gay vampires. They're not like cool gay. These are like...
It's not like Blade.
It's not like Blade. It's not like...
It's more like the Twilight shit. You got these sparkle fags.
Yeah, they're the kind of gay, it's like... They don't... You know, it's not gay like fucking a dude gay. It's gay like slapping a dude's ass in the locker room gay.
Yeah, where you just want it so bad for some reason, but you're too closeted to come out.
Yeah. They're like trying too cool, but they're not cool at all. And they look gay, but they don't know that they look gay, and they don't lean into it. So it's like...
They take you calling them as gay or gay looking as, you want to fight me?
Yeah.
On my mouth with your mouth?
Yeah, they want to make physical contact.
They want to make mouth with you.
Yeah.
You were saying?
No, that was that, dude.
Oh, well, so on top of the vampires, there are fucking cats, dude.
Cat burglars.
The cat burglars. We were waiting for
hold
huh?
on. You've heard that word before. When you hear that, you think of probably like
a cat burglar, the guy with the Ninja Turtle goggles.
Yeah, just
and the striped shirt,
with a bag, sneaking in your house, or like a giant with a crowbar. You're in a little lock.
Yeah, a little Gordon Freeman with a crowbar trying to break into your home.
But not here. Literally, so we can
say Ohio, right?
Yeah, Yeah. Ohio is the best state.
Go Buckeyes.
Go Buckeyes. Fuck Michigan.
Fuck Michigan.
Also fuck Colorado. Fuck everywhere else.
Fuck Colorado.
Even if you find somewhere nice, it's still going to be second rate.
I like Texas and Ohio. That's the only states I like.
Texas is great, but too fucking hot, man.
It's so hot.
But anyway, we're chilling outside of an establishment, and we're sitting in our car, and we're watching outside of a fucking pizza place. And I see a cat, so I'm like watching it because I'm bored and I don't really want to be on my phone.
Yeah, you pointed it out to me. I was looking forward talking, and you were like, "Did you see that cat?" And I was like, "What?" And I look over, and there's a pizza shop across the street, and there's like one cat. And then I was like, "Oh, hey little guy, hey friend, that's cool." And then T was like, "Yo, there's two of them."
Yeah, I saw one hiding. Now
they came around the corner of the pizza shop.
I don't know how many times you've seen cats around women, but they don't just fucking walk past them. But this lady did. She gunned it past these cats without looking at, like, without even making any sort of, like, she looked directly.
She beelined right to the door of the pizza place,
looking at the ground, avoiding the cats, walked in and shut the door behind herself, knowing that they were trying to get up behind her.
Real quick, it was like crackheads. It was like when you go to like a shady gas station and there's like that regular crackhead who's like by the door, so you keep your head ducked down and you walk in.
Yeah, that's how
it went.
That's how you avoid the homeless, and that's how you avoid the cat burglars.
And the cat burglars. So there was one, and then there was two, and then we were like, oh my god, there's two, and then there was a third one around the fucking corner of it. And then this lady's walking in, and as she's walking in, there's the cats that are on the corner. There's like two of them. They're trying to like speed walk right behind her to get in. And
no. Remember, two went to hide.
Oh yeah, the one went to follow her. Yeah, the one went to follow her in to see if he could get in. And right before he could get in, the door closed, of course. And then he like looked outside of the door, and he was like, oh, and then he like pawed the wall like fuck. And then these other two buddies, then they came back out. They looked at him like, oh, you didn't get in. Like the cats are a problem in Ohio. They are cat burglars. The cats that are like rogue and like bam, like those mangy ones, those are not friends. Those are scoundrels.
Yeah, dude.
I hated them, and this is a very scary episode. So we have a lot of scary topics. We talked about vampires. We need to talk about the Confederate flag that are in places other than the South.
That's not a scary topic, but
no, it's just
I am
really funny.
seeing it a lot. If you're not from the, like, if you're from the South and you rep the fucking Confederate flag,
rebel flag,
I still don't agree with it, but I won't think twice about it.
Yeah, be like, oh, I'm in the South.
Their ancestors did die for that, or blah blah blah. They are like racist for real, or whatever. But when you see it places that were actively part of the Union, get the fuck. It's like I don't even have like I can't come up with any sort of analogy or word for it. It's just so fucking annoying. It's dumb. It's like ignorant. You fucking wear a rebel flag, and you live in Ohio or Michigan. You're fucking retarded.
Yeah, it's Midwest.
You're repping the South. You're repping slavery. You're repping Democrats. It's like, dude, there's so much wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's so much, like, factually, you're in the wrong place. What are you doing? Why are you dying on that hill? Not even hillbillies got your back. Even hillbillies like, what?
I'm gonna wait for somebody to be like, what, being racist is not liberal? And I'll literally send them that the liberals were the ones who started the Klan. I'll literally just be like, yo, have you seen this history buff?
They'll hit you with the whole flip side thing, and then you have to give them the whole, like...
Oh, the whole...
conversation about it.
Yeah. David Duke and Strom Thurmond, give them that whole lecture.
Yeah,
they wouldn't even get it. They're retarded. Fuck liberals. Also, we were going to get some grub the other day. We were gonna go and go to a buffet, and we were like, "This is gonna be awesome." And then we ate at the buffet, but before we got in there, we had to make sure it was 100% clear. There's a dude who has a Slimer Ghostbusters themed Jeep, and I couldn't go in the building until I knew all the ghosts were eradicated. Yeah. Dude, and then I was waiting to see who was the grown-up toddler with his fucking overalls and his fucking striped t-shirt, just clapping all the way to his car to see what this Mongol looked like. And then I looked away because we were fucking getting stoned in the parking lot before we went into the buffet. And then we look over at the Slimer mobile, and Slimer's just started up, and he just let go, and he's fucking just firing off. So I'm like, holy shit, did I miss it? Did a ghost really jump into the Jeep?
Yeah, the mug is gone.
I think Slimer got in the Jeep, and we've seen him driving around every now and then, but
never see what the guy looks like.
Never seen what the guy looks like. I think it's a ghost. I think it's a spooky phantom. That's what I think it is. Do you have any thoughts on Slimer?
I have no thoughts on Slimer, but the Golden Corral trip was funny, man. If you ever get a chance to go to Golden Corral, do it.
Oh my
it's literally you're not gonna get sick. It's not as trashy as people make it out to be. They have food items there. Especially you go on the weekend, it costs more, but whatever, dude. I got a fucking plate with rice and Bourbon Street chicken and mushrooms and fucking
The mushrooms were really good.
fried shrimp and fries. It was good. It was honestly good. I got two plates of that. I got a plate of the fucking pizza, 2 slices. But the thing is, weird ass people and old ass people go there.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Especially depending on where you live. And if you live somewhere with a Golden Corral, you live somewhere where there's mutants and old people. So don't think you're that special.
Yeah.
Unless you came from somewhere else.
Yeah, unless you literally came from Glamour Street. Shut the fuck up.
And we're in there. And the whole time we're eating, it's like totally like annoying. Like,
yeah, you have that quote from that old fella?
the old black fellow, the old white fellow.
The old white fella.
Well, I'll get there in a second.
Okay.
But it's like annoying. There's like you go on the weekend, people bring their kids there. Whoever's bringing your baby to places,
To a buffet?
you need to stop. You just need to stop.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. The kid is not going to remember the fucking movie. He's not going to want the fucking Bourbon Street chicken. Stop bringing your fucking baby to places. It's crazy.
Yeah, quit bringing babies to theaters, especially people who bring their babies to theaters. Like, I want somebody to take your kid away because you're a bad parent.
Like, I'm totally against hitting kids, but I am for telling your kid to shut the hell up and shit. Like, if your kid's acting crazy on purpose.
Yeah, I'll stand up like the fucking parents, like, when I was a kid, who was like, hey, tell that thing to shut the fuck up!
But, like, if your kid's old enough to understand what shut the hell up means and you're going to be in fucking trouble, then you can take him outside.
Yeah.
And to do, like, or not outside, but, like, to places like this.
You take your kid outside to fight it?
Yeah. We're leaving the Golden Corral. Because I get sick of waiting on refills, because that sucks, too.
Yeah, because we're literally suffocating without the carbonation.
Yeah.
We're stuffed to the brim.
And somebody in a fucking wheelchair came to this place. That's not a problem. But whoever their fucking escort or whatever you call them is was exactly the same age as them and exactly as retarded and selfish as them.
No, this is this is as you're leaving. I was already out of the building.
Yeah, you fucking slipped out somehow, and I got stuck behind these crazies. It was meant to be. And so the wheelchair lady, on her own accord, I did not make this happen in any kind of way. She just got in front of every fucking body right up to the door. I guess because she's handicapped, she got to go first. I don't know. That does make sense. But what doesn't make sense is her fucking handler, or whatever you call it, is retarded and did not hold the door open for her. And I wasn't the ones immediately behind it. I was at the back of the line. People behind them turn around and start grabbing toothpicks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was an old couple like, you want a toothpick?
Yeah, the old man, he turns immediately. He's wearing like a flannel and a vest. Turns immediately, grabs toothpick, and asks his wife, "You want a toothpick?" She's just, I don't even know what she said. And he just hands her one. And they just let these fucking weirdos get the door themselves go. And I'm like, oh my god, of course, dude. What the fuck is going on? So I'm following. Eventually they get to the door. There's two doors you have to get through. They get through one door.
Yeah, the airlock.
And the fucking this old guy's talking. The one directly in front of me, not the crazy old one, like normal. He's like, that's the thing too. The ones in the front, the lady in the wheelchair and her leader or whatever, were like old, like hollow looking people. The ones in front of me were like I don't know, 60 at the most, 50 something. So they were like, had some money and were like respectable looking. Those respectable looking ones are the ones that decided to be like, you want any toothpicks? And then starts singing. Okay, this guy starts singing while we're waiting on the doors to be open.
Oh, by the way, he was singing while people were trying to eat. While we were eating, he was fucking singing.
That's excusable.
But
he knows he's letting these fucking crazy old hollows in front of him try to struggle with his door. He's singing, and he's actually pretty good at it. But it's like, dude,
yeah, I enjoyed it when I was there. It was
what are you
nice.
doing?
Yeah, he was like, oh my home, Texas.
And I'm just like, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? I'm like freaking out. I'm like, dude, if this takes any longer, I'm gonna be seeing white. I'm gonna be fucking shaking. And then the hollows get out, and they're going slow, and then the singer gets out, and he's like, "Whoo!" So it's like this, like cloudy. It's like raining a little bit or something. He's like, "Whoo!" Or
it was raining a little bit. You sent me it on text.
Was it raining or was it sunnier than hell?
It was raining.
It was raining. So he steps out. He goes, "Who? Weather like this? Ain't nobody mowing ain't nobody mowing their lawns in weather like this. Thank the Lord."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my God, that's the best shit I ever fucking heard." I was speed walking back to the car with a fucking smile on my face. That immediately turned the entire situation into a gem. Dude.
Another thing that was by an old person. When we were at the establishment looking at the cat burglars, we went into the establishment once it opened. And then there was a guy, and he was like, "Do you have that Crash Bandit?"
No, he didn't say that. He didn't.
No?
Yeah, he did say Crash Bandit, but he was trying to sell his PlayStation 4, and
the old guy was trying to sell.
Yes, and then the owners were like, "Well, you got any games for this?" And then he was like, "Well, he's got that Crash Bandit on there."
That Crash Bandit. That's insane. I thought coot was a slur. I couldn't say it. I didn't want to say it. Fucking, but at the, so that was while T was heading out of the corral. And while I was heading out of the corral, I'm so mad at parents who don't keep their kids in check. Like you don't, I'm not saying beat your kids, I'm not saying hit your kids, but don't have your kids running ahead of you and then running into people. That's fucking bad parenting, and I want to slap you as a parent. But there was a family, it was 3 kids, and then 2 parents, a mommy and a daddy. And they fucking, like, I'm leaving, I go through the first airlock, and I go through the second airlock, and then I'm trying to, like, I open the door, and this little girl almost, like, runs into me, and I was like, okay. And then, like, the dad, like, is, like, holding the door, and I'm clearly holding the door first, and I'm trying to, like, be like, alright, I said this 3 times, I said, I got it, man. I got it, man. I got it, man. And then everyone walked in, and then I just let go. I was like, whatever, dude. And he went, oh, like he just registered what the fuck I said afterwards. And then his kids are like screaming and shit, like on the way in, and all I could just think about was like just slapping his hat and glasses off, and being like, "You're not a man. You're not a proper parent." Fucking the second my dad smelt joy, he would cut it off. Like you need that. You need fucking like, hey. You guys can have a good time, but don't be fucking about. And then we have to talk about that annoying fucking Mexican kid.
Yeah, it is completely bullying and totally abuse to fucking say to your kid, "Hey, stop acting like a fucking faggot."
Yeah.
But god damn it, if your fucking kid's being annoying and acting like a fucking faggot, dude, don't just let it go down.
Yeah. Say, "Hey!
Stop acting like a fucking
Stop acting like a faggot! Wait till I board your ass!" No, but there's one kid, and he was like, I was going up to get my first plate after we just sat down, and then this like Mexican kid, and he just like keeps like jumping in front of the lines, cutting in front of the lines, and he's like running. And there was one time he ran past me, and then he ran past me again like a fucking Scooby-Doo. Like he came out, like I didn't see him go back, so he like ran to my left, and then he ran to my left again, and I was like, what the I didn't see him go right. What the fuck happened? I was also baked. And then I was trying to get my food because I was like, oh, food time. And then he keeps singing this fucking chicken song that he keeps making up because he's just looking at food items like a retard. He's like, chicken, 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 chicken. That's his little song. And then he went past me a 4th time, and I was just like, dude, what if I just tripped him when he ran and just hit him with a plate in the back of his head? And his parents would be like, "Oh my god!" And I'd be like, "No, what happened? I didn't see that. What happened? No, I'm just got chicken, just doing that shit." And then no one did anything, and he's running. Did you see him like full on run?
Yeah,
dude.
man, what the fuck?
I thought he was gonna get lift off, dude.
I thought for sure one of those old people were gonna yell at him and tell him to stop running around.
Nope.
Or something. Like
I think in this day and age it'd be considered racist.
Well, especially because it was like a not white kid.
Yeah, it was a browno, like for sure.
Totally true.
And that was just annoying as hell. And then you, so that was my experience with him. And then you went to the bathroom.
Okay, so I go to the bathroom. I just had to wash my hands because I just was eating some greasy ass food. And I go in the bathroom.
I'm also not going to use the shitter there.
Yeah, their bathroom is scary and weird. So I go in the bathroom, and this old black man's like stepping away from the urinal, and like the bathroom's so small, him like stepping and turning around the urinal to go to the sink is enough time for him to for me, like walking into the room, he turns around and completely cuts me off on the way to the sink, which I don't really mind anyway because he just got to piss. He's got to wash his hands more importantly than me. He's washing his hands. I'm just kind of standing there waiting, of course, by the urinals to be out of the way. And I could hear that kid in the fucking, like, one of the stalls just like I think he got sick or something. He was, like, breathing.
He's holding his chest?
Yeah, he was, like, holding his chest. Yeah, like, being dramatic about it. And then,
Kids are fucking so annoying, dude.
I'm standing there waiting, and he goes over to the sink before me. Because there's two of them. The old guy is washing his hands, and the kids, this is a quote, I didn't say it.
What you got in your hands?
No, that's what he said.
You quoting it?
It's a quote. He said it. I'm standing there waiting, and then
I know what you're gonna say.
He turns this kid. He says, "Mixer, you stop." And the kid was like, the kid was shocked. This is an old black man. Obviously, he could say it. The kid looks at this old black man like he's like how you would have looked at me just now.
What? Bewildered?
Yeah, bewildered and angry. And I was just
Can you say it more legible?
I wish he would have.
Yeah, you're right. You quoted you.
Yeah.
Paraphrasing.
And so that made me fucking like laugh. I'm washing. So they leave. I'm washing my hands, looking in the mirror, trying not to fucking shit myself. And then I leave to the treat of the fucking crazy old hollows in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was such a good time.
And that's an experience at the corral, and I'm glad I have that memory. Could we? Okay, so, sorry, I'm looking through topics right now like crazy. Did you have anything else to say about that? Because the corral is wild.
I heard somebody getting fucking yelled at in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
I didn't hear any specific words because it was muffled just enough, and that kid was being just loud enough running around outside. I just heard from behind the doors, and like, I don't give a fuck, and then like that's it. That's all I heard.
Dude, yeah, they get kind of treated poorly at the corral.
They get kind of treated poorly everywhere around here. It seems like I don't know. It's people who have a winkle of fucking power around here.
Oh, like our grocery store's racist.
Yeah, they're racist and shitty fucking bosses. Like the second they get a winkle of power around here, they are fucking shitty.
Yeah, because people in Ohio have never had power, so the second they get it, they're assholes. Like our grocery store. This was my experience yesterday. So I went to the restroom. I went in, and they just opened at 8. So I go right in. Nobody saw me going because nobody was up front. Because nobody expects a customer right at 8. So I was like there because we're always like there like early in the morning. And I'm like, I'm gonna go pee. I went to go pee, and then I grabbed, washed my hands, and I grabbed 2 energy drinks, one for me, one for T. And I walked up to the front, and then I just like put the drinks down. And then the owner lady, who's like a older white lady, she like walks past, and I'm like, morning. She's like, morning. Wait, how long have you been here? And I was like, oh, I just got here. That's not true. I was standing there for like 4 minutes. I don't want to be rude. I'm just like, it's not a big deal. It's early. I don't mind waiting. I really don't. It's people are busy. I understand it. I just have a normal job too. And the fucking she walks past 2 other whites who were also in the vicinity to help me, and they have helped me before on the register, and the old lady who's the owner has also helped me before on the register, and she goes out of her way to go and get the one black register worker. Like, while she's in the middle of stocking shelves.
Yeah,
these
the
other
only
3,
one doing
the
something.
only one doing something was this black woman. And then these 3 whites who were just walking around were like, let's go get her. And then they got her. And then she's like, she's always super, the black woman's always super nice to me and T. But there's just a sadness in her eyes, and she's always complaining about something in a positive way.
And not too much complaining either.
Yeah, not too much complaining either. Like, she was telling me, I was like, she was like, how long have you been here? And I was like, oh, not super long. I was just waiting, and I had to use the restroom, so I was kind of being like a stealth customer. I'm sorry. And she's like, no, it's all good. Yeah, I try to use the bathroom as early as I can too. And I was like, oh yeah, I bet it's nice to get or no, I didn't say that. I said, oh, it's nice to use the restroom, while you're working, so it's like you're getting paid for that shit, huh? And I like made like a joke, and then she was like, no, she makes us go beforehand, and then clock in, so I'm always a little late. And I was like,
that's fucked up, ain't it?
My first thought was, damn, and my second thought was, well, how fucking long are you shitting?
Shit, dude. That's fucked up, though. It's a goddamn grocery store. There's times where you're sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, it's like empty for like a lot of it.
So,
like,
first of all, shop at your local places. Don't just go to Kroger.
Yeah, don't go to Kroger. Don't go to fucking Speedway. Those places suck. Don't go to Walmart.
Second off, shout out Venom Energy. Not a sponsor.
Love Venom.
That's what we always go for if they have it there for a retail price, which is 99 cents. We got it at other places that charge like almost
$1.19.
$1.19. I saw one
to $2.
I got one. Yeah, like two. It was like $1.30 something. Like really? Like as much as a fuck? Nah, that's 99 cents.
Yeah, that's a fucking rip.
So that's your experience there. I only have one funny and/or weird experience there.
What was it?
This is a great one. You're not even ready. So it's two. It's one. We'll combine it into one story.
Okay.
So one of these mornings, I went in to go to the bathroom, and on my way in, I walk in the doors, turn right, and there's this fucking like white guy with like some sort of physical disability. I don't believe mental disability. It's like something wrong with like his legs. Maybe he has some sort of like palsy, but he does like a limp, and then he falls over and like catches himself, and I'm like, oh my god, oh fuck.
I know this.
And I'm so worried that one, got hurt, and two, like now I gotta fucking get involved in this and help somebody. I gotta shit right now. But that same black lady, she's like, oh my god, you okay? And then he was like, yeah, I'm good, thanks. And then like I'm just beelining right to the bathroom because I don't give a fuck at this point. So, not on my way out, because on my way out I just see him like
limping?
Limping somewhere else. It's like 2 days later. We're in there again, and I see him this time limping in the door, and he just had a fucking absolute stank of confidence when he was coming in the building.
Like he was like limping with like a pimpling.
And I called him I had to fucking my face immediately turned red, and I sealed up, and I had to speed walk straight to the fucking van because I literally almost blurted out his new name.
Yeah, what's his new name?
Hold on.
You want me? I know.
The pimp named Hunchback.
It's a pimp named Hunchback.
This guy was a gangster. I think he got some free shit when he fell.
Dude, yeah, he's like, oh, I fell. He's putting fucking Pringles in his shirt.
His pants, and the black guy like, ooh, what are you doing?
You know who has a fucking can of Pringles in their pants? A Russian bomber. We need to talk about this guy.
He has the can of Pringles in the back of his pants.
In the back. It's not a dick thing. You'll understand. So T, the first time we saw him, so we're waiting, and it's T-Bone's like first job since we got back here. All right. So he got hired. I was waiting on getting hired. I'm hired now, but we were waiting on me to get hired, and he's waiting to go to orientation. And then just this like blue nasty car pulls up right next to it looks like a Bugs car, and he pulls up next to us.
We'll show a picture of like the model car. It's a blue Dodge something. It's not like a special Dodge.
It's a blue Dodge fart.
It's like a Dodge fart.
A Dodge fart. and just like the person who opens this door, you're not even ready for it. Like their hair is like all like cut up and like patchy. And we were like, oh my god,
shaved,
it's like shaved but patchy,
yeah,
and fucked up a little bit. And then the face is like all like puffed out, like
puffy cheeks,
like a baby, and his lips are all like like a baby that just spat up. And I'm like, oh my god, dude, what's going on, bro? Like this person looks so Russian.
He was wearing a tracksuit. He was wearing Cleveland Browns tracksuit, and he had like that baby look. So but he had that Russian baby, like a Russian look. So you did that. He did that Russian voice for him.
Yeah, I just instantly did the Russian voice.
Obviously, I know he's not Russian, but like it just stuck. But like I saw his shirt, and I'm like, I wonder where this guy's from.
It's from Russia, dude.
I go in there, and they're calling off our names, and I grab my name tag, or I make a temporary tag, like name tag. I walk over back to my seat, and he's sitting right there, And we had the same name. Like, and I was like, dude, we have the same name. He's like, he looks at me and goes, yeah, dude.
No, he was like, yes, bro, we do.
I don't know how people from there have that name. And then we go to our like class, and there's actually like watching the fucking screen and like sitting in a circle. Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
You going into how he snitched on you? Or are you going?
No. So going to that old guy. So we go to the orientation room, and the lady brings us in there. I sit down next to my new friend, the Russian bomber, and sits next to me on my right is this like heavy-set white lady with short hair.
Nice. And
then not heavy-set in a good way.
No,
and
nice.
Not short hair in a good way either.
Nice.
And then across from me is just this white lady that just basic. She's not important to the story. But next to her,
just imagine any white woman that's her.
Yeah, and then next to her is this old guy, this tall old guy. And I think he didn't have a FedEx jacket on, but he had like a hoodie on. And we get in there, and the lady, our orientation lady, she's the HR lady at the place. She's asking us like, "So why didn't you get a job here?" Like this basic retarded question, like because you're fucking hiring, duh. But which literally the Russian bomber said that.
Because you're hiring, bro.
Yeah, literally no fucking.
Did he
class.
really?
Yes, no fucking class.
And why did you guys want the job? Because you're hiring, bro.
And then she was like, "Yep, that's great." And I was like, in my head, I was like, "Oh my fucking god, dude!"
He looks at you and he smells. He's like, "Dude, easy questions, easy answers."
Yep, you're right, dude. And then she tells us she's gonna quiz us at the end. The winner gets a free T-shirt.
You wanted a T-shirt so bad.
Yes, I was like, I love souvenirs from jobs, and it's a white T-shirt. I need a white T-shirt. I
love souvenirs from jobs.
She starts the fucking slideshow, and I'm not kidding. I'm so mad at myself for this. I'm taking goddamn notes, and it's on the orientation paperwork that's like printed off with pictures. So I'm using like the
in a packet.
I'm using the borders of my pages and shit to write this down, and I'm circling things, and I'm writing specific notes like when the company did this and blah blah fucking blah. The whole thing ends. She goes, who has to answer the quiz first? Which is such a weird way to do it. And the Russian bomber raises his hand, and then she goes, "Who was the founder?" And then I was like, no. She goes, and it was an open answer for anyone. But I go, everyone is like, and I'm like, because like, oh my god, because when that answer was said, I was distracted with something else. Somebody was like the old guy was talking. And I didn't hear the fucking thing.
The old guy was like, "You leave your drink around me, man. Don't get drunk up, man."
And fucking the Russian bomber pipes up. He knows the answer. And he wins the fucking shirt.
He's like, and then he looks back at you and he's like, "Dude, easy answers, dude."
And then he didn't comment on me taking notes or anything. I ran into him days later. He's talking to, which is so fucking crazy to me, this even happened. My fucking best friend from when I was a child in my trailer park growing up is working here, and the Russian bomber's talking to him.
He's like, "Dude, you leave your drink around me, bro. Go get drunk up, bro."
And I go up there, and he's fucking snitching on me.
Yeah.
He's telling him how I fucking was taking notes.
Hold on, you gotta say. You were talking about, like, the fucking, like, you had the test, man, that was bullshit, and something like that. And you said something, like, to your friend, and then the Russian bomber, and the Russian bomber was like, "Yeah, could you believe this guy?" He points at T, and he's like, "Yeah, he was drawing, dude."
Yeah, he was, yeah. He like, dude, you didn't tell him that, too. Yeah, I was drawing, because there was points where we were sitting there when she was just, like, talking about, like, the HR lady was just talking about herself. So I was drawing.
Like hazmat guys.
Yeah, I was drawing. I was drawing guys with, like, I didn't draw their guns because I was in work, but I drew, like, guys.
Yeah, I got to say this because I'm still an 8-year-old boy.
No, because that lady, I think she would have been like, "What's this?" But
you'd be like, "A gun."
I drew guys with gas masks and armor. That should be recognizable. You should be able to tell what that is.
Yeah.
He says I was drawing a phone, like a flip phone.
Dude, that's what flip phones look like. They got arms and legs, dude.
And I was like, what?
He puts babies up to his ears and makes calls.
I literally was like, what? Because of what he said I was drawing, not because I was drawing. And he goes, yes, dude, you were drawing. I was like, yeah, I was drawing.
But not fucking phones.
And I didn't even elaborate more on that. And because he immediately started going, yeah, and he was taking notes, too.
Yeah, calling you a nerd.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, dude. To my fucking best friend from childhood I haven't seen like since then, basically.
Yeah. No,
I ran into him once as an
like
adult.
18.
For like an hour of my day. I ran into him. Haven't seen him since then. And now the Russian bombers out here trying to make me
just
stupid, bro.
Just crushing friendships and fucking like holy shit, dude. He's like, bro, you see this shit, man?
Dude, and that old guy.
Say what he said.
He said this a bunch. He said, because the lady was asking us, like, why'd you apply for the job? And she looked at him and was like, and you, I know that you had worked here before. And he was like, yes, thank you for give me this chance to come back. And then she was like, yeah, thanks, like, somewhat sincerely at that time. And then again, it comes up again. He goes like, I'm so glad you guys gave me this opportunity to come back here. And then she, by that point, was like, this is like the second time. She's like, yeah, okay. It comes up 2 more times that first day, and then it came up 2 more times on the next orientation day. He only showed up 1 day, and then he's been gone since. Oh my fucking god!
He really. The only reason that could have happened is he went home. He set his bag down. He looked at his beautiful wife of 40 years, and he was like, "Honey, I have the job." And like, that was it.
No, she was like
face down in the fucking mashed potatoes.
She said, "You ain't got no job and no damn purse."
He's got an old fucking black woman. You ain't going to job with no damn purse.
And then he couldn't go back.
You have a fade. Fuck, dude. Work's gonna be so fun. I want to talk about so we've been talking a lot about getting a trailer, and that's going to be like our house because we could, if you are moving out, look into trailers and trailer parks. Those are pretty feasible.
And think about it. Chances are you probably have known at least multiple old people that live in trailers. If you're going to spend your whole life buying places, losing places, getting apartments, and chasing after fucking leases, and then dying in a fucking trailer anyway when you're old,
just start with the trailer.
Just get the trailer and make it better and get cool cars and do whatever your fucking hobbies are.
Yeah. But we've been looking for trailers, and we were at a grocery store, the racist one. It's my favorite because it's racist, by the way. I'm not shitting on it. I think people of all kinds should just fucking defend themselves.
Well, here's why I like it. Full-size spicy Slim Jims, 4 for $1.
Yeah, I can't even taste the racism. So,
and there's Venoms for standard price.
Yeah, so
I mean, but we're there.
So we're there, and we're sitting in the parking lot, and we're doing Uber to get some money going.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. Yeah, we're not letting people in our car, but Uber Eats specifically to go get some some extra money. We just have it going on, and we're just like sitting in a parking lot of our grocery store, and then this. So you guys know, if you look at the Left 4 Dead 2 spitter, there's like that neck thing that she has where her neck is like puffed up and fat and it goes all the way to her chin. She looks like Nal, King Cobra's girlfriend.
Yeah, Jessica Boyle, making and laughing, calling her out. Looks like a fucking spitter.
Yeah, she looks like a fucking spitter from Left 4 Dead. She should Google that. But it has like this thick ass fucking neck and it goes into like her fucking like lower chin and she's got boils all over her face and she just like rocks up, and she's like a loud kid. She's like 5 or 6 parking spots away, and she just looks at me and T, and she just goes, "You guys want to buy a trailer? Are you guys looking to buy a trailer?" And we're like, "Huh?" And then our window's already halfway rolled down, and before we could fucking start the ignition and just fucking, she's like limping up to us, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm selling a trailer. You guys want this, huh?" And she ignored like the whole conversation that we were trying to have of being like, "Oh yeah, what's this?" And then like we get your name and stuff like that. And then she's trying to like show us like pictures on her phone, and she doesn't know how to use her phone.
Yeah, and she's like super basic shit, like looking at like, and then dude, and she
looking at images. This is what made me so trepidatious of her.
And then she said where it was, and it was a fucking shithole that we specifically don't want to be at.
Yeah, it was a shithole that wasn't even in our town. It was like 2 towns away, and we were like, oh yeah, like we literally like drove there like the other day, like before that happened, and we were like, yeah, this area sucks ass.
Yeah.
And we hated it. And she was just showing us pictures of her dirty ass trailer that she's trying to sell. She's like, Lord's I'm trying to get blessed by the Lord, Like if you're just using the religious shit to get sympathy, fuck you.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh, I'm just doing this, And then she was talking about how like she's getting blessed with like a job, and hopefully she lands it within like an interview. And it's like, lady, you're so like scary disabled looking. Nobody will hire you. You should get disability.
Yeah.
Or you should sell the rest of your pills. And I was really uncomfortable with the whole situation, dude. And she was just like showing us this dirty ass trailer, a dirty ass trailer in an area we didn't want to fucking be at. And then she was just like, yeah, look at this. And as she's just like swiping through the pictures, there's like holes in the roof. She's taking pictures of her home that's completely cluttered.
Yeah, they never she didn't clean a thing out. She didn't move a single thing. And I know that people do that. I've seen it before on fucking like
Scuff Realtor.
Yeah, on Scuff Realtor. They showed it like places with their fucking trash and shit still there. Yeah. She did that. She totally did that.
She totally did that, and then she was like she took it as is, didn't give a fuck, showed all of like the damage to like the house and shit like that. And then she looked at us and was like, it would be so cool if you guys were our blessing. Like, I'm not gonna buy that dirty fucking crotch rock house, bitch. Fuck you. Get out of here. You're trying to make me fucking feel bad. And then we go to our gas station, and one of our gas station brands out here is super fucking sketchy ghetto. And we pulled up because we're just like, oh, we're gonna escape the heat. This is gonna be nice. And then
it's so weird that like those gas station cover tops
with no lights.
At least in the daytime.
In the daytime, with no, it's so dark though.
The gas station cover top doesn't just cover the pumps; it goes all the way to like the middle of the building. I've never seen that before.
It goes past the door.
So when it's sun's out, blazing and scorching, it's perfect.
Yeah. So we're just chilling right there, but this little like Crown Vic, like this beat up ass Crown Vic, rocks up, and it's like a fat bald guy, and he's like in the driver's seat, and then there's like this like fat like disabled, like clearly disabled woman, and she's like short haired, like she's like, dude, she's like 80 years old.
That's the nose tubes lady.
That's the nose tubes. Yeah. She had tubes in her nose, and she was walking up to each car, going like, "Do you have money? Do you have this? Do you have that?" Like, her son, who is the fat bald retard guy, is making his mom go and fucking panhandle, and she's going from door to door to each car, and then she pulls with the one next to us, and I was just like, if she comes to our door, I'm going to tell her to go do Uber Eats because she has a car.
Dude, and I was just like, we got the fuck out of here.
T was like, hey, we got to get out of here. Yeah, so we left and tried to go find shade somewhere else, but that was just, that's also going to go into cigarette people.
Dude, hold on.
What?
Before we get into cigarette people, because it's the same fucking gas station, right outside that gas station, that fucking atheist guy, that atheist psycho.
Yeah.
So we're driving. It's on a weekend day, and we're driving. Just
this was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Saturday, or yesterday was Sunday, the fucking 27th.
And I'm on the phone with my brother while this is happening, which is crazy.
April.
Because my brother's very heavily into politics, and I don't talk to him too often because he's kind of annoying, and he's like a really like. I don't know. He just is he's like a spazoid, one-sided conversationalist. So I don't really like talking to him. And we're talking to him on the phone, and we're driving. We're right by that same gas station, and I noticed like on the intersection there's some old people with some like pro-Trump signs, like just nothing hateful, no like sort of shit talk. It's just literally like honk for Trump.
It said no more trans kids.
Yeah, and then that's it. And from like multiple cars back, next to us,
of course, next to us,
he's screaming top of his lungs, talking about how he's gonna kill them. Oh my god, he was like, "Yeah, see, here's something goes wrong, I'm gonna kill you." Like,
yeah,
screaming. These old people screaming at them.
Just for ripping their Trump stuff and saying that, like, but if a liberal has their own little, like, corner, you can't say anything?
Yeah, and we saw that happen, too. We were driving through the big city, well, quote-unquote big city, and there was a bunch of liberals doing their thing. Nobody was threatening their fucking life.
Yeah, but Trump supporters get their lives threatened, and it was the key thing is bald beardos.
Yeah,
those
bald
are always
beardo.
Something about. I said this the other day. Something about losing your hair makes you fucking so upset that you fucking just like lose God, and you're like, I'm an atheist.
These weirdos, they continue to shave it even farther.
Yeah, I
than
know, because
like,
they want to do it, and then they fucking always get a beard. Like, so there was the bald guy with the beard who was like shouting at that, and then we had an Uber order where there was a fucking bald-headed beard Satanist guy.
Yeah, like he wasn't an asshole though, but
he wasn't. He wasn't an asshole, but I definitely wouldn't want to be his friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking A. Dude, I was so mad about that though. And then
Yeah.
I literally had to report. I couldn't even yell at the guy because I was reporting it like live, like
To his brother.
to my brother, and he was just like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, what the fuck is going on?" And then those old people packed up and left, not because they got their lives threatened by some fucking psycho.
Yeah, and he's screaming this from across the intersection, like diagonally.
And like, as far as they know, he probably could fuck them up. They're old people. He's like a overweight white.
Yeah, he was like a 45-year-old like fat guy with a beard.
Like, I was so mad.
Yeah, that was just crazy. It was like, dude, he could. That was the thing too that made me think about liberals. I was like, of course he's stepping up to old people.
Yeah, and threatening them.
Yeah, and threatening old people. The old people were like in their 60s. Like, yeah, anyone can throw them down. Cigarette people. This is a thing that's, I think it's Ohio only, because this is the only place that this is insane. If you live in Ohio, comment your stories of this shit, okay?
And we know it's Ohio too, because we drove through other states.
We drove through America.
States.
Yep, we drove through Texas, Colorado, Utah, or not Utah, but Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky.
And I did see people smoking cigarettes. I did see people buying cigarettes. I did see ashtrays. I did see no.
But we never saw
signs.
anyone smoking so much.
It's crazy here.
In Ohio, it's literally insane. Like when we say cigarette people, these are people who like, for instance, we just got gas. We were turning around and we're behind this like red pickup truck, and the red pickup truck stops right before they get to the turning lane, and we're like, what the fuck? You're just stopping right here in the middle of the fucking gas station. We're right behind you. We're clearly right behind you. And then through his side, like his driver's side rear view mirror on the left, I'm watching him put a fucking dirty cigarette in his fucking mouth, and he puts it in his mouth and lights it and then goes. And then we go to our favorite fucking gas station because they got cheap pop over there, and this fucking lady, she's taking out the trash, and she can't do it without having a cigarette in her hand and then to her mouth, and then dealing with the trash and then her hand to her mouth.
And people like the frame that they are walking out the door, putting the cigarette in their mouth immediately.
Or the people who do this thing to where like they'll pull up like to this gym that we go to, they'll pull up and there's like they'll pull up to the front, and it's basically like 20 feet of space. They'll pull out a cigarette, light it as they're getting out of their car, walking up to the door, and then snuffing it out and just smoking like a couple like drags before they get in.
Yeah, as many times as they can.
Yeah, they do that to like every business they like walk into. It's crazy.
There's people smoking everywhere we fucking go.
People
everywhere.
smoking in their car. People fucking almost getting in accidents because they're trying to light a cigarette.
Like in the middle of driving.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of doing shit, just grabbing one and lighting it.
Like looking down and being like a problem. My favorite was this lady. She was just talking to her friend, and her friend was just listening. And then at the same time, they both just pulled like a cigarette out, and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah,
this is crazy. My favorite one was when we were like trying to get back home from another town, and the fucking there was like a gray Chevy that like it was a gray Ford, and it stopped. And then it was going to let us pass. But he only let us pass, because we were pretty far back. He only let us pass, and I was staring at the guy, so he could look down, grab a fucking cigarette, put it in his mouth, and light it. That's the only way he let us pass.
Like, is that comment below, is that a thing where you're from?
Yeah,
and do you do that?
Yeah, and are you that much of a fucking smoker where you can't...
You can't do literally
anything else.
Anything, everything you do. Cigarettes, the first thing on your mind, the first thing you're going to go do.
Yeah,
that's bananas to me. I know people who have cigarette addictions. I know the longer you have it, the worse it gets, and things like that. But blah blah blah. But dude, being like 20 something and just fucking, or like, oh, that lady wasn't 20 something, but being like 40 something and like having a cigarette in your mouth while you're fucking with a trash can.
That's gross.
Like, come on, man.
That's so gross. My favorite was we were outside of a gas station here. This is like a couple days ago, and then do you remember that lady who like she got out like, and she walked past the doors to like get in, and then the second she was out, she was already like mid pulling out a cigarette.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like they have like their cigarettes queued up in a hot bar.
Yeah, like literally, they're thinking about their cigarettes before they even leave the building. Before they even finish what they're doing, they're thinking about a cigarette. It's like,
yeah, those are cigarette people.
It's so crazy. Like, you know, that's it. They're not just cigarette smokers. Normal cigarette smokers are already a problem for their own reasons.
Cigars are way fucking better. You actually get something off of that.
Yeah, you get a fucking buzz and like
feels a little bit drunk. It's nice.
Cigarettes, like, come on, man. You're just smoking them just cause, or at least that's where you started.
Oral fixation. And
now, yeah, that's how bad that's how bad your oral fixation is. If they could have a fucking binky in their mouth, they would do when you never smoked.
They could have a binky, Baba.
It would be in their mouth all day long, and it would never leave their mouth, and they would never smoke, dude.
Have some juice in their sippy cup. You're right. Yeah, people who just smoke cigarettes are fucking babies.
What else we got, fool?
We got gold swatting. I want to talk
about
this. We just got breakfast and we fucking like pulled around. It was like early. It was like 8 a.m. and we pulled around to like this big empty parking lot. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I want to go check out the hardware store. I want to see if there's anything cool that we can get. And then because we had some money on us, and then I was like, let's go check it out. And then as we're like I start the car, we're driving forward, and it's just a big empty parking lot. And just in slow motion on my left, a seagull is just and it's like at eye level, and it's just like going to like my left like a car would on like the road, like its own lane.
Yeah, it's like one lane away. Yeah, it's like so close.
It's so close. And I have a tire checker bat, which is like a small snub-nosed baseball bat. It's for protection since we're living on the road. And fucking I was like, dude, I could have rolled down my window and just fucking like squatted him out of the air. That could have been a new sport. Dude, I'll kill a seagull. I remember there was one time I was a little kid on a fucking dock, and there was just a seagull just like on like the corner of the dock, and it was just like pestering some people, and then I saw it like land, and then I walked over and I fucking punched it in the fucking in the chest. It went and it went right in the ocean. I'm pretty sure it died. And then T was telling me, he's like, that's bad luck for sailors, and I was like, well, I ain't no sailor. I ain't getting on the ocean again. So fuck seagulls. I hate seagulls. They're ugly. If I see a seagull flying through the air at fucking 0.2 speed, I'm gonna fucking roll down my window again and clobber his ass with a fucking bat.
That would have been so funny.
I'm gonna leave for the crows to pick up. I also got to talk about another thing that showed up on my window, and it was a bit of a jump scare yesterday. So we were at we parked at the Olive Garden for a. Parked at the OG.
Oh yeah.
We parked at an OG for an Uber Eats order, and I put the wrong number there, and then we just I got to paraphrase you, Tony, and kind of throw you under the bus with this one.
I'm sorry.
So as he's waiting, because I'm not gonna let you be the one who said it. As we're waiting, T sees someone in the rear view just leaving the door, and the door's like 50 feet away. And then he just goes, "Oh, it's a light skin holding her food coming this way." And I was like, "Okay, sweet." And then I was just like waiting, and we thought it was a woman.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking throw you under the bus. I totally said there's a light skinned lady coming.
Yeah, oh yeah. You said no. You said the light skin. That's what you said.
No, I said that after the fact.
Oh, well, anyway, you said it, but so that happens.
Yeah, those words have come out of my mouth before.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking hide it. You guys, you say everything.
Yeah,
don't be a pussy.
They don't have us. They can't say it. If they can say it, I can say it.
Yeah, if the light skins can say it. Light skins cannot say any bad word. So there's that.
But I said that there's a light-skinned lady coming. I think that's the employee, right? Yeah.
I swear to God, you started with the one I said.
No, I swear, dude. I swear. I said that.
But then they walk up and it's a trans woman, and I was super nice, and I was like, oh yeah, because I don't got a problem with that. You can do whatever you want. And I was like, oh yeah, we have an order for this, and they're like, oh, you put number 5 and you're in number 8, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, because we literally smoked a little bit. And then I was like, I'm so sorry. And then she was like, I'll go get your order. And I was like, thank you so much. And then she goes and gets the order. And I was like, Tony, what would you do if, like... what would you do if she walked up to my fucking window and I went, whoa! He
was like, look, here's the thing. I glanced over and I saw an unattractive light-skinned woman.
With a big jaw.
No, from a distance. That's all I saw. I saw an unattractive light-skinned woman. Nothing seemed off at all. I look at my phone again.
They were skinny. They had their hair did.
Yeah, like nothing seemed off.
It looked like a woman.
I look over to my left, and I got jump scared too. I see Michael Jackson. I see Prince.
Yeah, it got really weird.
I was like, whoa!
But I was like, just having that Austin Powers reaction is so funny. Whoa!
And I was, because that's why I said light skin. I was like, I didn't mean to jump scare you. I didn't know that was a light skin.
You're right. Oh God, but yeah, that was part of the spooky day that we were having. We were getting scared all kinds.
Yeah, Michael Jackson came back.
Yeah, we were goal swatting. We were goal swatting on a spooky ass day. I gotta talk about this one, man. People who actively work shitty jobs and they're fine with it. Like the people who stay. Like and then like the lady at our grocery store. There's like the fucking the people at the corral. The people at the corral, they fucking do not like their life.
Yeah, man.
And I feel bad every time we go in there. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna go to get a buffet. This is gonna be awesome. And then we found a Captain Spaulding's, and that was just a
fucking God,
chicken
dude.
Place gas station. So
I really want to shout it out, but I don't want to like
dox it.
Yeah, I don't want to dox it. It's so good though. It's so fucking good. Like
we're just gonna call it the Captain Spaulding's. It's chicken and gas.
It's chicken and gas. It's a gas station that serves chicken, dude.
Yeah, so you can get your chicken and then you can get a pint of gas and drink that.
They got wedges. They got chicken. They got fucking pizza, man.
And they cook it fresh. And it was so we literally got this chicken bundle and then we got pizza and it was the best fucking shit we've had.
6 tenders. I didn't count how many wedges.
No, just it was scoops of wedges.
It was
man.
definitely a fair fucking serving.
Yeah, it filled up 2 big mongos.
4 rolls, 2 sauce cups. I don't know if she charged for them, but they do have a price on the board.
Their ranch is good as fuck. Their hot sauce is good.
We got that. It was 18 with 2 large drinks. It was $18. It
was like $18.50 something.
We've been skirting around food and looking for places. We've been averaging about $20 eating at places. This is cheaper than everything else we ate, and this has been the most filling.
Yeah.
We've eaten at Fazoli's, we've eaten at Little Caesars, and Little Caesars just isn't quite enough. Fazoli's is, but Fazoli's a little bit more expensive.
And every time we go to our Little Caesars, it's fucking weird and uncomfortable.
It's a nightmare. There's that fucking old black man. He's just such a like.
There's an old black guy there at our Little Caesars that we go to, and it's very hit or miss. He's got like missing teeth, and he's like, "How can I help you, young gentlemen, today?" And that's how he talks. I'm not being racist. That's how he talks. And then there's some day where he's like super nice. Like the other day where we like paid for or we're like, can we get an extra most bestest? He's like, hey, you guys like that extra most bestest, huh? And we were like, yeah, we do, sir. And then he was like, all right, that'd be $60,000. And then I went to scan my card. I was like, that's fine with me. And he's like, man, if you had that kind of money, you'd like own a football team or something. And I was like, yeah. Cool, because I had no idea what he said until like 5 minutes after I was putting the puzzle pieces together.
Because I fucking heard him, and I was just like, what is he saying, though? Like, still, like,
yeah,
what the fuck
is he mushmouthing? And then he's like working this shitty job, and he's fucking like mad all the time. And then the other times that we see him, he's like, what can I get you guys? And this is the kiss of death for Little Caesars employees who hate themselves. You're like, can I get the stuffed crust extra most bestest? And he's like, oh, that's gonna be about 20 minutes. Are you okay with that? And he's like, shitty. And we're like, yeah, that's fine. And he's like, it's not fine with me. And it's like, dude, we're paying you to do your job.
Like, you're not even making it.
Yeah, he's not making it.
Someone else is making it.
He's taking the orders And he's at most cutting the pizza. They don't have him making the pizza.
Yeah, he's cutting it. But still, you're going to be cutting a pizza and putting it in a fucking box. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
But other than that, he's like super nice. We even saw him at the fucking there was like an expensive ass gas station that we were staying at that had like it was like $3.19 per gallon, and we were like, whoa, what the fuck? We didn't get gas there. We just stayed the night because they had a nice pop, and then
private ass
bathrooms too, and then fucking T, you saw him pull up, right?
I saw him leaving the fucking gas station.
Yeah.
He looked right at me, and it was like 2 in the morning, and we were leaving to go to my job.
Well, how the fuck you follow me? I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. He just looked right through me, I guess, too. And then I go in there and use the fucking bathroom.
I ain't got my name tag on. I don't know you.
Like, hey, can you make that be a fucking hey, stuffed crust, dude? As he's walking away at the fucking gas
Stuff
station.
my crust. He lifts his leg up and fucking farts. Fuck yeah, motherfucker. I gotta complain about Uber Eats real quick.
Yeah, it sucks, dude.
So we were like, we're gonna stay in our town. We're only gonna do stuff in our town, and we're waiting for what we call them, like waiting for bites. That's just waiting for orders. So we're waiting for bites, and then this one gets to us, and it's like a McDonald's order. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, and it said there's McDonald's on this specific ass road. So I'm like, awesome. So we go drive over there to the specific ass McDonald's, and then while we're there, it changes and says it's supposed to be a different McDonald's. So I go walk up, and also I haven't been to a McDonald's in forever, and it is fucking autistics and retards work there only, and fucking they-thems fucking who want us to feel special like they're actually working, but they're fucking at the counter doing nothing.
And if you eat there, you're fucking dumb and you're trash.
Yeah, if you eat at McDonald's, I fucking
seriously,
hate you.
it's not.
What?
It's cheap. No, shut up, dude. It's literally, dude. It's
garbage.
There's
food.
so many conspiracies that are proven to be true. You can literally just. It's like you just pick one at this point. You just pick one.
Yeah, don't eat at fucking McDonald's. But so I go in there, and there's a fucking short-haired little boy with a fucking choker on, and this is a little boy. Those girls who want to dress like men, but they'll never be as strong. And gotta be honest, and she's there, and everyone else is busy, and she's just standing there, and then there's this one fat, like short, squat Mongo thing, and she's just putting sauces away. She's like, brr, brr, like breathing under her breath, super loud, like a bulldog. And then I'm just standing there, and then the choker boy walks away, and then this fat fucking cheese hog walks up, and he's like, "What can I get for you?" And I was like, I have this order, and she's like, "Oh, that's on a different road." So Uber Eats updated and sent me to a different McDonald's as I walked into this one. And then I was like, "Oh, what?" And then she was like, "Yeah, it's on this road." She's talking just like that. And I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "Yeah, we don't have that. That's on this road." And I was like, "You're fucking retarded." I didn't say that to her, and then I just left. And then I was like mad because that whole interaction was just, that human was irking me so hard. And then we go to the right one, and then I get the order, and then we get a message, or no, we get a phone call from them, from the Uber Eats person, and they're like, "Hey, I actually live in this town over. Can I send you guys the address?" Because it was like a 5-minute drive, and then it turned into a 20-minute drive.
Dude, yeah, that and then
God. I was like, T was like, yeah, we can get it, and he's like, "Hey man, I'll tip extra well, thank you." And then we're like, okay, we drive 20 minutes there, hand him the food, everything's fucking fine. And then I was like, "Have a good one." And then we're like, "Awesome, dude, he's gonna give us a fucking tip. That's gonna be awesome." And then it was only what was included, so it was like an $8 order. $8 order includes tip with the $4, and then like the $4 like price pay, whatever our fee, and so it was just a regular $4 tip for 20 minutes out of our way, and he didn't fucking.
It was like a $2 tip. Seriously?
No. It was a $4 tip. I have it. I looked at it. It was a $4, but that was the basic because it was an $8 order. We're like, nice.
Yeah, it was a 20-minute drive, and you say you're gonna tip extra good. It's like, dude.
Yeah, and it was just the basis one. Like, he didn't add anything to it. He didn't hand me no fucking money, and I was just like, dude, fuck this guy. So anyone who calls me for Uber or anything like that, for Uber Eats, and they're like, "Hey, can you go out of your way to go to this location?" I'm gonna say you have to cancel.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that for you. You gotta fucking cancel because this fucking guy ruined it for everyone else.
Dude, and if you work at Walmart, you're retarded. You're a mongo.
I was just gonna get into that too.
I'm a person. My brain works. That. I applied there. There's no way
Yeah.
I failed their fucking assessment.
Yeah. If you do their assessment 100% right and 100% with accuracy, you don't get hired.
Yeah, they're looking for idiots and people that are like mush brain, like servants. If you say anything with any sort of independence, they aren't going to hire you.
Yeah, if you're like, yeah, I like this, I like that, I do this, my spare time. They're like, you have too much going on in your head. We don't like you. And the people that they hire have TV static in their brain.
So we're fucking. When we do Uber Eats, we're working together on it. We get orders to go to Walmart. I don't like it. I hate it every time.
I hate Walmart.
But we get this one. It seems like a lot of money. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. We go to the Walmart. It's taking fucking forever. And I'm like, something's up. It's taking forever. There's a million people doing shit. It's
hot as fuck. It was like 84 degrees, dude.
And
our AC doesn't work.
Sun's beating. Of course, no clouds. This fucking like kid comes up and he's like, can I get your order or whatever the fuck? And we tell him, and he's like, okay. And then he comes back, and then like he just has a bunch of shit. And he's like, okay, here it is. And then he just starts putting in the car, and I'm looking at it, I'm like,
no. I scanned the stuff, and I was like, wait, this isn't the same name. And I looked at him, and I was like, hey man, this is the name. And he's like, oh well, it was the scan thing. And I was like, well, this isn't my name.
Because we had two different orders for that same Walmart for two different people.
Yeah.
With different names than the one he brought us. And then he just was like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. It says that was it. And I was like, it should be the same. I said, I understand that it's the same number, but this isn't the name. This isn't any of the items that are on the list. And it's not letting me scan any of them. He was like, oh, well, that's all I can do. And then he fucked off.
He put the shit in our van.
Yeah, and then
we told him
it's not. Yeah,
we told him it's not right. It was for a person with a clearly different name. We said it's not for that person. This is not the right thing. We have two orders for two different people. He didn't give a shit. He put the stuff in our car and left.
Yeah.
So we had to have the fucking...
and then he was fucking up other people's orders.
Yeah, I could hear it through the open window because it's so hot. So we had to call Uber and have them cancel for us. And because we got a hold of we tried to get a hold of people. One person, this also added the fucking annoyance. One of the people was obviously hanging up on us, like trying to ignore our calls. Asshole, it's an order with your fucking, or problem with your order.
Yeah, I was texting him saying, hey, I'm trying to call you. And they're like, I didn't get any calls. I said, I'm trying to call again. And then I called again, and they just fucking like boop, 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 just instantly hung up the second I called that time, even though they let it ring for a few times. So we had
to have Uber cancel their fucking order. And then the other person actually did cancel theirs.
Yeah.
But then we had this person's shit just in our fucking car.
So there's two people who canceled, and we had this third person's shit that nobody knows. We didn't have a name for him. This stranger stuff just in our car, and then we were like, fuck it, it's ours. We're keeping it. So we got Cheez-Its, milk. We got
lunch meat and bread.
Yeah, lunch meat and bread.
And a fucking stupid-ass broom.
Yeah, and a stupid-ass broom that I donated to a fucking chicken place nearby. I just threw away my stuff in the middle of the night at their dumpster, and then I just put the broom by their back door.
Use our fucking lunch meat went up. We ate most of the lunch meat, only a little bit went bad.
Yeah, but still, like, if you work at Walmart, like, oh my god, in the fucking when we went into Walmart, and I almost had a panic attack.
Yeah,
we're trying to find these window covers and shit like that, and goddamn.
So hold on, I'm gonna say what it's called. What I think it's called.
The bug net, the mesh net thing for the window.
Yeah, it's a window, like a window mesh or something.
It's window mesh to keep the bugs out, and it goes over like.
Or also, this would also work. I really try to get this in somehow. It's just some sort of just bug net mesh. Even if it's just a generic big square of it, we could cut. Just bug
put
net.
It onto the window and then just roll it up.
Just bug net. Bug nets are a fucking thing. How have these people never heard of it?
Yeah.
We have so many bugs here. How has nobody heard of a fucking bug net?
Scary ass bugs you threw a fucking whole drink at.
Yeah.
Or a whole cup of ice at.
Yeah, it was ice water shit. Like, I tossed it out, and I stomped his ass. But nobody knows what that is. Bug nets or bug window cover mesh, whatever. And I look it up, and I find it. So it's like, it is a thing.
It says it's at the Walmart.
If you look up what we say, you'll find it. And then, yeah, the Walmart said it has it. But everywhere says they have it, but you have to order it.
Yeah.
They just don't just have it. So we go to multiple places. By the time we were done with the first one, I was like, I don't fucking think anybody's gonna have this shit. We ended up going to a bunch of places. Walmart was one of them. Dude, this old guy. This was like a Shaun of the Dead moment.
Yeah.
He was just like hobbling. Obviously, he's an employee. He's in uniform. He's a fucking badge. He's just hobbling, and then
I try to get his attention,
and just like, hey, we need some help. Can you help us? He literally just like looked at us.
It was. Excuse me, sir. And then he's like, he's facing us. And like, excuse me, sir. I hold my hand out, like with like the number one finger, your index finger out. So he's just like, he can see that I'm hailing for him, and then nothing happens. I was like, excuse me, sir. And he's like right in front of me, like 5 inches away. And then he just keeps hobbling past, and just.
But he didn't just keep hobbling. He looked and went, and then just kept going. Like,
no, he didn't say anything.
He like literally
he grunted.
Grunted.
Yeah,
he like looked
grunted.
at us and grunted and kept going.
And then it was like, what the fuck? And then we walk up to this other guy, and he's like this like fat like weirdo guy, and we're like, hey man, can you help us with this? And he's like, oh yeah, it should be all the way in auto parts. And I'm like, yeah, I just came over there. I just looked. And he's like, oh. And then he turns around. And then I was like, okay, and I walked away, and he got the sense that I was annoyed. He was like, I'm sorry for that. And like, you could have just said that before you just turned around like a fucking rude dick.
Yeah.
And that just pissed me off. And then just fucking so many people in Walmart are retarded, and y'all need to just stop going there.
Yeah, don't go to Walmart.
Don't go to Walmart.
Because you can't steal from it. They have too much security. Like, their prices really aren't good. And only
we go to the racist place for good prices, man.
Only Uggo Fricos fucking work there. Like, just don't go there.
That's pretty fair, man.
Like, if you're gonna go to a fucking place like that, like, honestly, kind of just don't.
Yeah.
Go to a fucking local place. Go to a local, like, food market. If there's not one, because that's also a thing, you probably won't see one. I don't know. Just go to fucking, like, Kroger or Safeway if you have that in your area.
Yeah.
Don't go to fucking Walmart. Don't go to fucking Target. There's nothing out there that's good. Like, you know.
There's nothing.
Like, you can't even go there for Legos. It sucks. They don't have shit.
Like, Walmart's Legos are bad, dude. I like the sports stores that are out here in Ohio. They actually have cool shit.
Yeah, but, yeah, so if you're going to get your sports shit, go to your own sports places. Don't go to Walmart for it. Get bikes at different, like, you know, somewhere else.
Don't get your fucking car stuff. Like, go to your sports and car businesses.
Yeah,
there's a lot of auto body places, dude.
Auto body places everywhere. Advanced Auto Parts have shit up the ass.
American Tires, Discount Tires.
And they'll just do the shit. Like, it's like, come on, man. There's nothing at Walmart you need. You don't need to get your tires changed at Walmart. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking... that's insane.
Those guys aren't going to know what they're fucking doing. Don't get your oil changed at Walmart. That's the easiest shit that anybody can do. Don't even do it there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, man... having my car getting worked on at Walmart is the equivalent of just me with a wasp nest in my car.
Yeah.
I don't like it, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Like, I worked in a garage for a day, and they taught me how to change filters on oil and air filters, and refill the oil, and rotate tires. And I guarantee you someone who worked at Walmart's garage for months wouldn't even fucking know how to do that right.
There's no way.
I quit that job because I asked the fucking boss, I said, when do we get out of here? He said, we're about 12, or I said, how long is the shift? He said 12 hours. I was like, okay, thanks. And I literally, like, waited a minute, and I waited, like, an hour, and then I was like, I have to leave. I have a family emergency. And then I never came back.
I have a family emergency. I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah, I told him I had a family emergency. I told him my dad's in the hospital.
My dad's in the hospital. I hate this place.
12-hour shift. Fuck that.
That's fucking crazy.
That's literally crazy. Like, that cannot be just legal, dude. You're fucking crazy.
Man, it's fucking... We woke up at fucking midnight. It's 2:42 right now.
Do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I want to go take a piss.
Okay.
But,
nice.
Thank you to everyone who listened this far.
Yeah, man. I hope you guys liked it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
This is one of the first times we didn't have a video. We'll have, that'll make it easier. We'll have more motivation to put cool visuals up. And images of things we're talking about as much as we can.
Images of stuff that's fucking pissing us off. Yeah, we'll put as much as we can there. Thank you.